that Microsoft overpromised on Vista and then under-delivered at the end of the day? If you did, you're not alone. And the federal courts are sort of siding with you in that point of view now. Recently, the federal courts were making a determination whether that complaint, that argument, could make its way into a class action lawsuit, and they said no. However, the plaintiffs are allowed to continue against Microsoft should they choose to do so individually. So that's probably good news for Microsoft. Probably a lot of people won't go down that path, but hopefully somebody will. David Corsi writes that he doesn't think that there's any question that Microsoft dramatically understated the hardware requirements necessary to run Vista. I have to agree with that, very much so. He also thinks that the Vista home version offers little or no Vista experience because you can't run Arrow on it. Well, I believe there is a hack that you can use in the registry to enable the Arrow interface, but essentially no Arrow interface, no Vista in his mind. You know what? This laptop I'm using right here, it's an HP NC6220, was billed to be Microsoft or Vista capable. It can't run the Arrow interface, but it runs Windows 7 swimmingly, but still no Windows interface. It's only because of the graphics chipset. But there's plenty of other people out there that have Vista capable machines, and that's where things I think got really dicey with Microsoft as to what Windows capable really meant. Might be able to run the OS, but it couldn't run the Arrow interface. So if you make the case that Arrow is Vista, then you can make the argument then that people got an upgrade, paid for an upgrade they did not receive. I think there's a little bit more to Vista than the Arrow interface. Don't you love the UAC, for example? That thing really jumps in your face like a little puppy. Matter of fact, don't most people just turn that thing off? Isn't that what you do as a tech for yourself or your friends, is just tell them to shut the doggone thing off? I don't know. He goes on to say, though, that, if you're getting Vista now on a new computer, you're not really, have a lot of problems with it. You'll probably be fairly happy with it. Microsoft's done a lot of hard work and has cleaned up some of the bad stuff about Vista. But he does offer some suggestions I think are pretty good that Microsoft needs to make sure happens when the Windows 7 upgrade comes up. And so here's the things, and I wanted to share this with you. It says, number one, unless you can prove that Windows 7 works as an upgrade for large numbers of existing customers on their current existing hardware, don't sell the upgrade through mass distribution. Number two, be extra clear about the hardware requirements as related to the previous item. Number three, no more than 3 versions of the operating system are acceptable. A fully featured home version, a small business version, and an enterprise version, that's it. I say heck with that. One client, soup to nuts, got everything, get it out the door. That's my opinion. Just like OS 10. I just don't understand why even, if you're on a home network, you're never going to join a domain. Okay, but at least you have the capability, why just hide it or whatever? I don't know. That's just me. Goes on to say Windows 7 appears to require a clean installation including apps. Well, I actually did 2 things. I upgraded a Vista installation using the Windows 7 beta. It took quite a long time to run the upgrade, but it worked just fine. No problem there. And then I did a wipe and install, and that was probably the fastest OS install I've ever done. Something like 20 minutes it was up and running. But it says Windows 7 appears to require a clean installation, including for apps. The upgraders, that is a big problem, even though the proper way to upgrade, Microsoft needs to include an applet in Windows 7 that runs prior to the install that gathers your settings and serial numbers so you don't have to when reinstalling your applications. Not a bad idea. There's probably something out there that would do that right now. I would almost guess. But But so there you have it. Probably is some good pointers on there. I think Microsoft needs to be called on the carpet, and I think that they need to pay, and I think they need to pay by offering those of us who paid for the Vista upgrade, to get a free upgrade or reduced cost version of Windows 7 that's made available. Hey, I'm Bruce Naylor, your FrugalTech. Always love to hear from you. Want your input on this? What do you think? Do you think that the federal court should have allowed the class action lawsuit to proceed or not? And do you think Microsoft overpromised and underdelivered on this operating system? Hey, if you like our videos, make sure that you tell a friend. Help join our community by clicking subscribe at the FrugalTech channel. I'm Bruce Naylor, your FrugalTech. If it's in your office, not making you money or saving you money, get it out of there. I'll talk to you later.